dream team was gathered together, all the best in the land, standing up for our values and drawing lines in the sand. They faced down the commies with clenched jaws and fists, and when all hope seemed lost, there appeared through the mists a man so virtuous, so fair, and so true, with a soul as pure as the fresh morning dew. But as the fog parted where his stance once seemed firm, he now appeared spineless, with the physique of a worm. And I don't want to be too mean in my critique, so let's just call his appearance unique. He for sure has a body, but it's mostly just skin, and you can't really see any structure within. He's covered in wrinkles, and this may be from sweat, but somehow his face just always seems wet. And the only thing that's darker than his crooked teeth is the black sludge that flows in his veins underneath. It's almost like watching a snowman that melts, and what he hates more than himself is, well, everybody else. But mainly minorities, people of all different hues. They're the ones that do crimes. He sees the news. When Trump was in charge, the feds were his through and through. Oh, the budgets they could cut. Ah, the people they could screw. He smiled to himself, just as wide as permits, and replayed in his mind all of the greatest hits. First they cut taxes, but just for the wealthy, and then aimed at Obamacare. We can't have people be healthy. While they didn't succeed, although hard they had fought, they made sure that Big Pharma knew they could be bought. Then came one justice, but just one wouldn't do, so they were quick to confirm justice number 2. And then came the real dream, a national crisis, and no, I'm not even talking about ISIS. A pandemic struck, and people felt so much loss. Plus, what a perfect chance to cut costs. Improve social welfare? Help the poor, perhaps?
No, I don't think so. They all have bootstraps.
And what he hated seeing on all the front pages was all the women bitching about the gap in their wages. And now they all want something called bodily autonomy. Please, if it's abortions they want, let's just do a lobotomy.
You see, if you give a mouse an abortion, it'll ask for one more, and then it'll run around and it'll act like a whore.
Thank you, Daddy.
No, he was getting angry just thinking about it, his face flushing red, and you could see spittle fly with every word that he said. But then he got news so exciting that he damn near choked. Turns out that Ruth Bader Ginsburg had croaked. A cruel smile puckered on those gross purple lips, and he put his fat fists on those gross flabby hips. He now had the stick so he could throw out the carrot. It was time to confirm Justice Amy Coney Barrett.
Now, that'll show those skanks yelling outside of the gate that there's a price to pay when they all fornicate. Oh my, did I say that out loud? Oh, what I meant was, we'll save many lives.
As he pictured all the babies under all of the knives. But not anymore, he thought with a grin that appeared in the skin above his chinny chin. It was finally time to punish the sluts. He'd only been waiting for about 4 decades plus. And the court was now packed and conservative as hell, and all 3 of his stooges had played their parts well. After years of pretending to revere the Constitution, he could nearly, oh so nearly, discontinue the illusion. Next, they could challenge rulings about sexual orientation, and after that one would be Brown versus the Board of Education. Oh, a wicked smirky smirk showing black crooked teeth, just thinking of the groups who would be trampled underneath.
Now, we had one great term, and I know we could get one more. Together, we'll bring this country back to 1954.
And he knew that God was smiling down from on high as they all got ready to wave abortion goodbye. Was this joy that he felt in his heart black as night at a chance to erase yet another human right? This must be some of that happiness business. Was this really how it felt when the Grinch stole Christmas? But now their 50-year fight was suddenly done, and with the sound of a gavel their battle was won. After 5 long decades of being oppressed, they had won their fight. They could finally rest. Let's all praise the Lord on this most joyous day, for they've finally overturned Roe versus Wade. Sorry. Addendum. It's an unpleasant truth, but it's one that's worth knowing. If they aren't voted out, this trend will keep going. It's been a tough few years, but we can make a correction. Make sure you all vote in the midterm election.